Yo, 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 what up, everyone? What's up, everyone? What's up? What's up? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Apple Ricky says, hey, dude, what's up? What's up, Apple Ricky? Leroy Lorax says, what's up? What's up, Leroy? Apple Ricky said, hi. Tusterimo said, hi. Apple Ricky says, I got a new art. The clown ripped my old one ripped jeans ripped, so I got a new one. This one is very well made in costuming by adding fake blood. There was one with blood on it, but it was way too big. That's awesome, Apple Ricky. Glad to hear. Glad to hear that. I'll be back, guys. Give me a second. Aram's gonna give my little sister a tablet back. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. Twisted Emo says, I remember how you said that you were going to take a chance on a first hard ice killer mask from Amazon, and that's when my dad bought me for it, and I arrived 2 days ago. Awesome. What do you think of the mask? What do you think of the mask, Twisted Emo? Do you like it? I have mine right there. Look, check it out. Twisted Emo says, honestly, it did look terrible from photos, but in person, it's really cool looking, in my opinion. The eyes light up. Yeah, that's awesome, right? That's cool. Me personally, I got the one with the see-through eyes. So when I make my hard eyes fan film, I could just put LED lights inside so it could shine in the dark during those dark scenes where you need the eyes. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna try my best to get a short hard eyes fan film out by February next year. Hey, I was gonna be sick. Emo Nerd Girl says, hey bud, what's up, Emo Nerd Girl? How you doing? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the channel again. Another Horror Sundays. Today's episode 34. Everyone, please like and subscribe. Whoever's new here, let's keep smashing the thumbs up, everyone. Whoever hasn't smashed the thumbs up, smash it now. Whoever hasn't smashed the thumbs up, smash it now. Let's get it up to 13. Let's get it up to 13, guys. Come on. Whoever hasn't smashed the thumbs up, smash it now. Please. Let's get it up to 13 and then 14 and then more. Please. Apple Ricky says, I got the costume and fake blood at Spirit Halloween. Honestly, Spirit Halloween is my favorite store. I'd move in there if I could. Awesome. Yeah, Apple Ricky, that's cool, right? I love Spirit Halloween as well, but what's crazy is around my area, right here where I live, near Pasadena, they haven't opened up the Spirit Halloween yet. The closest Spirit Halloween to me right now is in Downey, bro. And I don't even drive right now, so that's like a mission for me right now, you know? So I can't, or else I would have done a Spirit Halloween walkthrough already. But yeah, there should be one opening in the next week or so here locally near my neighborhood. So expect a walkthrough video again like last year soon enough. Emo Nerd Girl says, cheese dogs for dinner. That sounds good. That sounds good. Don't get me hungry already, Emo Nerd Girl. Please don't get me hungry already. And yeah, Apple Ricky, I love Spirit Halloween. I would live in there too. Spirit Halloween is like the Toys R Us for costumes, you know? Spirit Halloween is basically like the Toys R Us for costumes, yo. That's crazy. That's crazy. Eddie Spaghetti says, hey, daddy. Oh, man, that's crazy. Hey, what's up, Eddie Spaghetti? How you doing? How you doing? If you're a horror movie fan, please like and subscribe to the channel, Eddie Spaghetti. My name is Frank. Welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. Freaking Eddie Spaghetti. That's pretty funny, though, bro. You got some humor. Tristan Emo says, I did see a black coat similar to the hard ice coat at a thrift store, so I bought it, and it looks so cool with my mask. I have the gloves and the machete. I just need the belt with his weapons. Yeah, remember, Hard Eyes also has a buck knife, but his is serrated. His knife is serrated with teeth, kind of like Rambo's. And Hard Eyes also carries guns. Remember that. Hard Eyes is a little different. He's almost more like Ghostface. He's like a whodunit type killer, you know? Yeah, Hard Eyes is cool too, bro. Like I said, I can't wait to get that. Hopefully that Hard Eyes fan film done next Valentine's Day. That's gonna be sweet. That's gonna be sweet. Leroy Lorax says, what? What, Leroy Lorax? What do you mean what? What do you mean what, Leroy Lorax? What are you trying to say, bro? What are you trying to say, Leroy? Bree says, hi from Canada. What's up, Bree? How you doing? Hi from Los Angeles. How you doing? Hi from Los Angeles, California. Yeah, like and subscribe, Bree, if you're a horror movie fan, if you're into serial killers, Michael Myers, slashers, horror, anything horror, you know? Like and subscribe. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up, guys. We're almost up to 17. Apple Ricky says, we be roommates if you move there. For real, bro. I'd be living there like Jeffrey the Giraffe from Toys R Us. Like I said, bro, like Spare Halloween is like the Toys R Us for Halloween costumes, basically. Emo Nerd Girl says you could take the bus to the store. Oh hell no, that's far though. That is a far bus ride. That is a far bus ride to Downey, California, here in LA on the LA transport system. Sucks, bro. I'll be there for like 3 hours in the bus. Seriously. Seriously. That's crazy. That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Come on, dumb phone. Yeah, that's crazy. Eru says, hello, bro. What's up, Eru? How you doing? How you doing, Eru? How you doing? How you doing? I don't know if you're new here. Have you been here before, Eru? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. My name is Frank. Welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. Today is Horror Sundays, episode 34. Please like and subscribe and keep smashing the thumbs up. Emo Nerd Girl says, I like the drive-in scene in Hard Eyes. Yeah, it's a good scene, right? Where they have the fake Hard Eyes get killed so the real killers could reveal themselves later. Spoiler alert. Bree says, I've been a huge horror fan since I was 9. Literally just finished rewatching the Halloween series. Yes. Yes, I've been a horror fan my whole life as well. That's all I grew up seeing since I was a kid, bro. Since I was like 5, 6, 7 years old, that's all I remember seeing was just horror movies, bro. That's all I remember seeing all my life, you know? So, like, that's the only thing I watch. I watch other type of movies, too, as well, you know? But my favorite movies are horror. They're the most fun type of movies to watch. Arrow says, okay, yes, I know, bro. Arrow says, un abrazo grande desde Argentina. Thank you so much, Arrow. Thank you so much. Un abrazo grande from the United States, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for being here, guys. You guys could be anywhere on YouTube and you're here with me. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Leroy Lorax says, I meant Jurassic World Rebirth. Leroy Lorax. What do you mean by Leroy Lorax says, I watched Jurassic World yesterday. It was okay. Yeah, Jurassic World Rebirth. I saw it a few weeks ago myself. Leroy Lorax, I watched Jurassic World Rebirth as well a few weeks ago. It was awesome. I thought it was a fun summer dinosaur movie to watch. A lot of people were taking it way too serious. I was like, bro, it's just a dinosaur movie, you know? Like, who cares, bro? You know, but you know how people are now. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, it's a fun movie, bro. I really recommend Jurassic World Rebirth. If you're into fun dinosaur flicks, you know? Hell yeah, it's a good movie, Leroy. It's a good movie. Leroy Lorax says, what's your favorite Final Destination? Well, my favorite one used to be the second one. I think the second one used to be my favorite one, Final Destination 2, because I think it was actually the first one I saw. That's the first one I saw, like, in the early 2000s with my cousins when I was, like, barely starting middle school. And they used to watch all these, like, 90s horror movies and stuff like that, you know? And, yeah, so that's the first one I watched, Final Destination 2. But then later on, as I got older, I saw all the other ones. But part 2 has always stuck with me the most because that was, like, obviously the first one I saw. Nostalgia, all that good stuff. But recently, I did see well, not recently anymore, but back in May, I got to see a free screening of thanks to Fangoria, Final Destination Bloodlines. And honestly, I could say that Final Destination Bloodlines is probably now like my like second favorite one, bro. It was really good. It's a really fun movie. Final Destination Bloodlines is brutal. Brutal. Apple Reiki says, my costume isn't finished yet. I had to add fake blood on the hood and the gloves. The front and the hood is done. Awesome, Apple Reiki. Awesome. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to be for Halloween yet. Maybe Art the Clown. It's a possibility. But we'll see. Right now, I'm focused mainly on trying to get my ticket for Horror Nights in the next week or so. Apple Reiki says, I want it perfect because I have OCD and autism. Me too, Apple Reiki. Me too. I have to have it screen accurate as well. Burn says, are you a dinosaur fan? Of course, bro. Of course. I love dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. I miss when Jurassic Park, like the first three Jurassic Park movies, Jurassic Park 93, The Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3 were more horror based. If you look back on them, they were more suspenseful and had more like horror elements in them than the later Jurassic World movies. I think the Jurassic World movies were more like action based at that point. Yeah, they were, because they even made the raptors like team up with the humans and stuff. So I feel like the Jurassic World trilogy and the Jurassic World Rebirth trilogy are gonna be more on the action type of dinosaur movie versus the original first three Jurassic Parks were like on more on that horror kind of vibe, you know? Steven Spielberg had a knack for horror. He had an eye for horror, bro. He had an eye for horror. I'm deeply like ashamed that he never did more horror. He did what? I think he produced the Poltergeist. Jaws was, I think, the most horror as it came for him. Jurassic Park, like I said, had the first three Jurassic Park movies had good horror elements as well. Although the third one wasn't directed by Steven Spielberg, it was directed by Joe Johnston. But still, Steven Spielberg was there, supervising. But yeah, man. Yeah, I love dinosaurs. Daniel Papacito, El King MJ said hi. What's up, Daniel Papacito? El King MJ, how you doing? Welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. Today's Horror Sundays, episode 34. My name is Frank. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Smash the thumbs up. Please, guys. Let's get it up to 20. We're almost there. Eru says, cuando era más joven, Tabaco tocaba horror punk. Oh, shit. Hey, eso está chingón. Eru right here says that when he was younger, he used to play more horror punk. Hey, Eru, yo toco en una banda de rock and roll de punk también. Estamos escribiendo un nuevo disco. I'm speaking in Spanish. I don't really speak in Spanish that much, but yeah, I think Eru speaks more Spanish. But yeah, Eru, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that's cool, bro. Yeah, like the Misfits, all that stuff is horror punk. Apple Ricky says, I'm using my fingers to add the fake blood. That's awesome, Apple Ricky. Make sure to post stories on your Instagram so I can see later what exactly how you're doing it, you know? I just like taking pointers from people. I like seeing how different people, you know, decorate and do their props, you know? I just like learning different things from people. So make sure you post stories of you decorating the costume, Apariki. I want to see how you're doing it. Bree says, I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights too in September. That's awesome, Bree. That's awesome. Hell yeah. That Halloween Horror Nights is going to be badass. It's going to be badass. Yeah, I really want to go because the main things I want to get on is the what is it called? The Terrifier maze. I wanna freaking check out that Terrifier maze they're gonna have, and I wanna check out that Friday the 13th Jason Universe. Well, not Friday the 13th, but Jason Universe maze as well. And I wanna get on Jurassic World ride. And that's pretty much all I wanna do. That's pretty much all I wanna do at Halloween Horror Nights. Everything, all the other mazes, I don't really care about them, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and be like, oh yeah, like the only mazes I care is the Terrifier one and Jason Universe one, and getting on the what is it called, the Jurassic World the ride, and maybe the Mummy ride. And after that, I'll probably go home. Maybe just stream for a bit, live stream right there for a little while, you know, chill it. Probably take some money and buy souvenirs, but that's about it. Leroy Lorax says, R.I.P. Tony Todd. Yes, rest in peace, Tony Todd. I liked his message at the end, towards the end of his scene in Final Destination Bloodlines, where he's telling everyone that something about they should be living in the moment because one day they could miss it, you know, and then life will just pass you by type stuff. Awesome, bro. Rest in peace. He was a great actor. The original Candyman. Emo Nerd Girl says, I like FD5 with the bridge scene. Yeah, Final Destination 5. Yes, that is a good scene too. A lot of people seem to love the logs a lot. The log scene. Thank you for the hearts right there, guys. I appreciate it. Whoever sent hearts right there. Daniel Papacito says, King. Oh, no. King MJ. Yeah, you just sent me some YouTube logos. Awesome. Yeah, YouTube, you need to send me a plaque already. Twisted Emo said, I noticed the Hard Eyes Killer has darts similar to Part 6 Jason darts and pouch. And I'm working on a Part 6 Jason costume, too. Awesome, bro. Yeah, Hard Eyes. If you really analyze Hard Eyes, is basically like... He's basically just an inspiration of all the other killers, you know? It's just like every other new killer that comes out. Just like how Art the Clown has inspiration just like from Michael, Jason, all of them as well, you know. He walks around silently, you know, kills people brutally like Jason, you know. Is quiet just like Jason and Michael, you know. So we all like, you know, get inspiration from each other. Yeah. I can't read that name right there. I'm gonna call you Anik though. It says, "Hi, bro. Respeto. You are so incredible. Thank you so much, Anik. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you're a horror movie fan, please like and subscribe to the channel. My name is Frank. Today is Horror Sundays, episode 34. Thank you so much for joining us here. Ashley Rodriguez said, "I speak English." That's awesome, Ashley Rodriguez. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hell yeah. There's nothing wrong with speaking English or Spanish or any freaking language you want. Yeah, Ashley. Yeah, if you're new here, Ashley, welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. Today is what is it? What is it again? Horror Sundays, episode 34. My name is Frank. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Keep smashing the thumbs up, guys. Let's get it up to 21. Apple Ricky says it's like finger painting. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You're going like this, you know, like stamping like little blood prints on it. I just want to see how it looks though. I just want to see your progress on it, you know. Apple Ricky says, as soon as Terrifier was announced, I jumped on those tickets for sure. Hey, Bree, didn't you say you're from Canada? If I'm not mistaken, Bree, did you say you're from Canada? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard you say you're from Canada, right? Because damn, if you're from Canada, how are you gonna drive all the to the one in like Florida or what? Because I feel like the one in here in LA will be way farther off than the one in Florida. Apple Ricky says, I miss Tony Todd so much. Yeah, he was cool. He was a cool ass dude, bro. Cool ass dude. Cool ass dude. Mr. Big Boss says, can you let me know if a George Floyd horror movie would be a success? I don't know about that one, bro. I don't know about that one. Maybe a documentary for sure, but I don't know about a horror movie. Honestly, honestly, the irony, Mr. Big Boss, now that you mentioned that, a few years ago, like around 2020, I don't know, I want to say 2021, I think a year after he died, they were talking about making a biopic about his life, or like a movie with the character with a similar life to him, you know. So it was either going to be a biopic or something inspired by his life, but it never came to fruition. So that's interesting that you mentioned that. Leroy, because there was actually talks about that a few years back. Leroy Lorax says, the most powerful speech ever. Which one, Leroy Lorax? I'm kind of lost in the train of thought right now because all the comments right here. Mr. Big Boss says, movie would be called Can't Breathe. Damn, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. It sounds more like a good song, though. But yeah, like I said, Mr. Big Boss, there was talks about that we're going to make a biopic about his life or something inspired about his life. And I heard this news back like in 2021 before I was like really documenting stuff here on my channel like that. Yeah, but I never saw anything come out. So, you know, it was probably just rumors, fake news or whatever. Tostadimo says, thank you so much for the hundreds right there. Tostadimo says, I'll make 3 darts for my Jason costume and make different ones for my Hard Ice costume. And then I'll use the same dart pouch. And I'll also use my dad's machete sheath for the fake machete. Awesome, bro. That sounds cool. That sounds cool. Hey, Tostadimo, I can't wait for you to watch my Friday the 13th fan film. Since we're talking about Jason stuff right now, you're going to love it, bro. It's based on the 2009 reboot. It's a sequel to it. Takes place like a few weeks after the movie, the reboot ends. And also, another reason why I didn't go live this Wednesday, I don't know if you guys didn't know. I don't even think you guys care, but for those of you who noticed, I didn't go live on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, because I was really busy filming my friend's music video. I was trying to get his music video done and out of the way already because I gotta do one more shoot for my Friday the 13th fan film this Friday coming up. And that's 2 days before the movie premieres. So I'm gonna be filming all day, you know? So I couldn't go live on Wednesday. I had to skip because I had to go film my friend's music video and finally finish it off. Yeah, my bad, guys. Leroy Lorax says, honorable mention, Ozzy Osbourne. Yes, rest in peace, bro. Ozzy Osbourne, the king of the Prince of Darkness, actually. The Prince of Darkness, yeah. He's gone, bro. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Bree says, yes, I'll be traveling to the one in Florida. Yeah, I thought so, Bree. Yeah, because I was like, damn, bro. from depending where you are in Canada, you know, also, you know. So the one in here in California will just be far as all hell, you know. I figured, yeah, the Florida one will be more convenient. Awesome, Bree. Hell yeah. I hope you have a safe trip and enjoy your time there. Apple Ricky said, who's George Floyd? I can't talk about that too much here on the channel, Apple Ricky. It's not really related to the channel. So on your own time, you could look it up. But I don't think you'd really be interested in that. Mr. Big Boss says the cops would be the final girls. I don't think the cops would be the final girls. Bree says, if you could only watch the horror movie for the rest of your life, which one would you choose? If I could only watch one horror movie for the rest of my life, which one would I choose? Damn, that's a hard-ass choice. Probably Scream. Scream 1996. I need something with some hot chicks, with some hotter chicks. I would say Halloween 78, but I mean, I think the chicks were hotter in Scream 96. Twisted Emo says, so remember how I said it, I'm gonna be making a Friday the 13th fan film. Decided to change the title to Unlucky Day. It's gonna take place years after part 3. That's awesome, bro. Hey, that's awesome, Twisted Emo. I low-key was pondering an idea myself in my head a few weeks ago about doing a part 3 fan film, either before or after the events. You know, that's awesome though, bro. That's awesome. I'm hoping my Friday the 13th fan film premieres this Sunday, bro. If it premieres this Sunday, I won't be going live Sunday because I'll be streaming the movie. But I'll definitely do a reaction for it on Hard Talk Wednesdays. But yeah, dude, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Hell yeah, that's cool as hell. Part 3's badass. Mr. Big Boss says he was... All right, let me see right here. Yeah, Ghost Rider Reddit says, what's up? What's up, Ghost Rider Reddits? What's up? What's up? How you doing, Ghost Rider? How you doing, little bro? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, little bro? Glad to see you here again. I haven't seen you here in a bit. Hell yeah, Ghost Rider Edits. Hell yeah, we got Ghost Rider Edits in the house right here, y'all. We got Ghost Rider Edits in the house, everyone. Hell yeah. Ghost Rider Edits says, I am the final boss here. Hell yeah, you are, bro. You arrived. You ready to debate or what? Twisted Emo says, moments after part 3, they didn't find Jason's body and he threw away his old hockey mask and found a new one from Shelly's bag. And I cannot wait for you to see my Jason design. Awesome. Awesome, Twisted Emo. Awesome. Hey, guys, can you guys give me a second? Because I forgot to put the link to this live in my Instagram. Let me do it real quick, all right? Don't go anywhere, guys, please. Don't go anywhere. I am back, everyone. I am back. I am back. Apple Ricky says, when I go to Dublin, I'm going to be dressed as Art and my mom's going to be dressed as the Pale Girl. That's awesome. That's awesome, Apple Ricky. I bet y'all are going to look badass. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Glad to hear that, Apple Ricky. Is Dublin a convention, Apple Ricky? Or are you going to like some Dutch country or something? I'm a poser sometimes, you know. I don't know even though you guys think I might know everything, I don't know everything. But yeah, Apple Ricky, where's Dublin? Is that like in Germany or something? It sounds Dutch. Dublin sounds Dutch. Or is that like a convention or something? Bree says, hey man, I gotta go. Hope to catch you live again soon. Yeah, Bree, take care. Take care, Bree. Take care. Later on, Bree. I go live every Sunday and Wednesday from 5 p.m. West Coast time to 7 p.m. West Coast time here on the channel. Every Sunday and Wednesday. 5 p.m. West Coast time to 7 p.m. West Coast time. Ghost Rider says, the king is here. Hell yeah, Ghost Rider. What's up, Ghost Rider? How was your day, bro? Let us know how your day was, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider Edits, what you do today, bro? Leroy Lorax says, my cousin forced me to watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah, my little sister and my niece be watching that. My niece more, though, my other little niece. It's like whatever, though. The animation is pretty cool. It looks like anime with like some CGI kind of blended in. Looks pretty cool. Aporeki says, it's convention. Aporeki says the city is called Dublin. Oh, okay. My dumb ass over here thinking it's like, it sounds Dutch though. It sounds really Dutch. It sounds Dutch, Germanic or Dutch or something. Yeah, that's cool though. Apariki, hell yeah. Ghost Rider says, my dad always bad and sad, but I have adapted the scars of years. Damn, bro. That sucks. Yeah, my dad used to be kind of angry all the time too, usually. He'd always usually get home from work mad. Yeah, I know what you mean, bro. I know what you mean about having an angry dad. I had an angry dad myself too. God rest his soul though. But yeah, bro, I did have an angry, so I could relate, bro. I could relate. Hold on, guys. Let me put my charger on. Kind of running low right here. Kind of running low here. Oh, freaking live on battery. Yeah. But yeah, guys, hell yeah. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up. All right, that was a good, well, we spent like a good 30 minutes doing the intro talk right here. But yeah, let's start getting into the movie news, yo. Let's start getting into the movie news. Y'all. Hell yeah. We're at 22. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up. Here, guys, take a look around. I'm gonna be doing that video soon, that tour video soon in my room. Just give me a second. I'm almost done with Friday the 13th. I just want to be able to show my masks, my hockey masks in the video. And then you guys are going to get a tour video of this place. Ghost Rider says, bro, I said day, not dad. Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. My bad, Ghost Rider. It is. I just spilled like my whole childhood right there for you guys. My bad though, bro. But well, what did you say? Bro, I said day, not dad. So you had a bad day? Yeah, bro. You've been having a lot of bad days recently when I go live. Before you used to be all happy and stuff, and now what's up, bro? Come on. Rogue One says, what's up, my people? What's up, Rogue One? How you doing, Rogue One? How you doing? You got here just in time for the movie news. Rogue One. Hell yeah, bro. Glad to see you here again, Rogue One. Please smash the thumbs up, Rogue One. Get us up to 24. Hell yeah. Let's get us up to 25 now. Spinosaurus. Yo, I'm excited for the Friday the 13th movie you're making. Hell yeah. Me too, Spino. Me too, Spinosaurus. Me too as well. I was supposed to shoot with my actor who's playing Tommy Jarvis. We were supposed to shoot on Friday and wrap up this Friday, but his freaking job ruined it. Bro, and they called him into work, and now we have to shoot this Friday, 2 days before the movie premieres. So I'm going to be filming all day on Friday, and then once I get home at night, I got to jump in right into editing, like ASAP. I'm going to go into editing right away, dude. Good thing I already have all the credits done, though. But I just got to go into editing, put in some sound effects, and compress the video, save it, and upload it. Make sure it gets no copyrights and stuff. And, oh, hell yeah, bro. It's a process. I want to finish already, bro. I have like this thing in me. I just want to be done already. I want to move on to the next project. Next project's going to be Halloween Ends, especially since Halloween's coming up. But yeah, Spinosaurus. Please smash the thumbs up, Spinosaurus. Bro, please get us up to 26. Ghost Rider says, not recently. For years, I've hidden the scars with my mask. That sounds like some Michael Myers stuff right there. Ghost Rider. Hey, Ghost Rider, well, I hope you get well, bro, honestly. I hope you get well, man. I miss when you used to come up on this live stream all energetic and like, what's up, talking smack to everyone and all that good stuff, You got to go back to that, little bro. You're too young to be feeling like that. All right. So yeah, we're going to be getting into the first horror movie news right here, guys. The first horror movie news. Deadline.com. Hold on. Spinosaurus says, what's your favorite Terrifier movie out of the three? I think number 3 was the best and goriest one. Yes, honestly, to be honest, Spinosaurus, my favorite one is the third one. But I do like the first one a lot as well, too, though. I like them all, bro. The first one's cool, too, though, because it was more low budget, That's when Damien Leone was more low budget, That first one. Terrifier 2, that was already a giant budget already. Terrifier 3, same thing, But yeah, Terrifier 3 so far is my favorite one. Apple Ricky says, can you add Jamie? Can you add Jamie and Halloween? Oh, wait, what do you mean, Apple Ricky? I don't understand you. Can you add Jamie and Halloween End? Oh, can I add Jamie in Halloween Ends? I mean, my little sister could play. I mean, she can play Jamie Lloyd because I don't even think she's canon in that movie, in that trilogy. But my little sister could make an appearance as a new character. Anyways, I think she might come out as well because I do need a scene where I have trick or treaters trick or treating. And she said some of her school friends got permission from their parents to come out in the movie, so that should be cool. So yeah, she should come out. Uh, Ines says, "Yo, what's up, my love? What's up, Ines? How you doing? How you doing, Ines? How you doing? If you're new here to the channel, please like and subscribe. Welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. Today's Horror Sundays, episode 34. Please smash the thumbs up, Ines. Please smash the thumbs up and let us know what your favorite scary movie is." Apareki says, "I wanted to play Jamie again." Wait, you wanted to play Jamie? Apareki, you wanted to play Jamie, or you wanted my little sister to play Jamie? Ghost Rider says, "Gangster's Paradise." That's a cool song by Coolio. Coolio. Ghost Rider Edit says, "Enos, more like pines." Enos, more like pines. No, no, no. Apple Ricky says, "No, I wanted her to play Jamie." Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but unfortunately, yeah, I gotta stick to continuity, Apple Ricky. I gotta stick to continuity, though. And in the David Gordon Green trilogy, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, there's no such thing as a Jamie Lloyd. It never was. But like I said, my little sister is going to make an appearance, though, as like a trick-or-treater, another character. So we're going to make her look kind of different, but still kind of similar to Jamie. Going to give her an interesting costume. Ghost Rider Edit says, "You read it the wrong way." Yeah, bro, I can't say that word. Ghost Rider, I can't say that word on here, bro. First of all, there's a lot of kids that watch this channel. Second of all, you could get copyrighted and stuff like that. Can't say that right here, bro. Can't say that right here. But yeah, guys, look. We're going to get to the horror movie news. Deadline. Deadline is reporting Regina Hall and Anna Faris are back for Screams and for Screams and Wayans Brothers and Miramax Paramount scary movie franchise. So yes, Regina Hall and Anna Faris, who play Brenda and Cindy in the Scary Movie franchise. Scary Movie, where they make fun of all the movies. Ghost Rider says, "Just kidding." I know, bro. I know. I'm just kidding too. But yeah. So Brenda is, for those of you who are not familiar, that's Brenda and Cindy from Scary Movie. They're gonna be returning as Brenda and Cindy. Regina Hall and Anna Faris, exclusive core Scary Movie actresses. Regina Hall and Anna Faris are coming back as Brenda and Cindy, respectively, for the Wayans Brothers restart of the early Millennium comedy franchise. Said Hall and Faris, "We can't wait to bring Brenda and Cindy back to life and be reunited with our great friends and Keenan, Sean, and Marlon, three men we literally die for." In Brenda's case again, the new Scary Movie is a big reunion, bringing the Wayans brothers back together for the first time in 18 years to write an all-new original script for the series, co-penning the Miramax production with Rick Alvarez. Scary Movie is prepping for an October shoot in time for a June 12, 2026 global theatrical release via Paramount Miramax as a first look deal with Paramount. Timing is everything in comedy. A new Scary Movie couldn't arrive at a better time in theaters, with horror movies have hit saturation this year. The genre is screaming for a pie to be thrown in its face. The near 900 million grossing Scary Movie film franchise was developed by Marlon Wayans, Sean Wayans, and Keenan Ivory Wayans. The latter wrote and directed the first two films and will return to produce the upcoming chapter. Marlon and Sean wrote and starred in the first two films. This will be the sixth film in the franchise, and Michael Tides is set to direct. Tides is a longtime Wayans collaborator, starting as an assistant on White Chicks. He directed a trio of Wayans films: the satirical horror comedy A Haunted House, the Netflix hit movie Naked, and what is it? Sextupulates or something like that. I couldn't read that word. Tides is read by artists first and Goodman, Ginau, Sheckman, Smelkinson, and Christopher Miramax, Jonathan Gilmcman, Alexandra Lowy, and Thomas Zandra, executive producer. The Scary Movie comedy spanned five movies, and the first being released in 2000 when it was one of the highest grossing R-rated horror movies of all time back in the day. The original also set the box office opening record for an R-rated horror movie at 42.5 million. So yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, they're definitely returning for a Scary Movie. What is it called? Anna Faris and Regina Hall. There's also one more Scary Movie news I got. So hold on, wait up. Give me a second. Ghost Rider Reddit says, I missed you, bro. Me too, Ghost Rider. Me too, bro. Orlando Connor says, pumpkin spice cheesecake. What's up, Orlando Connor? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the channel again, bro. On another horror live stream, Horror Attack Wednesdays, episode 34. Hi, Orlando Connor. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Orlando. Apple Ricky said, Jesus Christ, almost had a fake blood. Almost out of fake blood. Yeah, I hate it when I'm almost out of blood. I hate that. Wicked Milk says, what's good? Or what's up? What's up, Wicked Milk? How you doing? Glad to see you here on another Horror Sundays, bro. Episode 34. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Wicked Milk? Please smash the thumbs up, man. Please smash the thumbs up. Get us up to 28, bro. Please. Please, bro. Please. All right, so there's other Scary Movie news I got right here. Look. There's some more Scary Movie news. So supposedly, there's going to be characters named Sarah, Jack, Sarah's boyfriend, Tuesday, Sarah's sister, Jess, a trans character, Ratched, a nurse, Val, and Di. So what's interesting here, look at these names right here. Look at these names. Sarah, Jack, and Tuesday. Sarah, Jack, and Tuesday are plays on Samantha, Sam, Richie, which was Jack Quaid in Scream 5, and Tara from Scream 5, Tuesday. So Tuesday, Jack and Sarah. So Sarah's supposed to be a play on Sam Carpenter. And Jack is supposed to be on play on Jack Quaid or Richie Kirsch from Scream 5 as well. And Tuesday is supposed to be a play on Tara Carpenter, also making fun of Wednesday at the same time. So that's crazy. So I wonder if Melissa Barrera is well, supposedly she is going to be in the movie. I've been hearing rumors that she is going to be in the movie, and that Marlon Wayans or one of the Wayans brothers followed her, you know? So imagine if Jenna Ortega's in the movie also. That'll be crazy, and they're playing sisters again. I doubt that's going to happen, but that'll be interesting. Also, what if Jack Quaid is or not Jack Quaid, but whoever plays the character of Jack, who's supposed to be like the Richie Kirsch in this, imagine he ends up being the killer. That's crazy. That is crazy as hell. That is crazy as hell. That is crazy as hell. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up right there, guys. Jay Razor said, my grandpa literally loves you, man. We watch you every day. Awesome. Thank you so much, Razors. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Razors. I appreciate. Are you new here on the channel, Razors? Are you new here? Wicked Milk says, no Wednesday live, huh? Nah, Wicked Milk, I couldn't go live on Wednesday. I was finishing my friend's music video, and I was trying to get it out of the way ASAP already, because I still got one more shoot left this Friday for my Friday the 13th fan film, bro. I still got one more shoot left 2 days before the movie premieres. That's crazy, huh? But yeah, bro, so because I had another shoot this Friday, and I want to finish my fan film already, I decided to finish my friend's music video on Wednesday night instead. So I didn't have to do that anymore. Jay Razor says, don't want to run out of that. Out of what, Jay Razors? Out of what? Ghost Rider Edit says, read my comments. Hold on, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider says, bro accidentally said sex. No, that's what the movie's called. It's called Sex. I don't know. I forgot Sext something. I don't know. I couldn't pronounce it well. I read your comment, Ghost Rider. Spinosaurus says, crazy how people who acted as main characters in Scream 5 are joining franchises where it originally made fun of Scream. Well, yeah, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. Well, look at Anthony Anderson. Anthony Anderson played that cop in Scream 4 that gets stabbed in the forehead, remember? But he was also in the Scary Movie movies as well. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Jenna Ortega actually ended up coming out in Scary Movie as well with Melissa Barrera. But there's a higher chance of Melissa Barrera coming out. But that'd be interesting to see them both again. Cosplay Zano says, "What happened to you Wednesday, bro? I was getting worried about you because I know Trump removing people from the country." Nah, bro, I'm good, bro. I'm all good. I was busy finishing my friend's music video. Like I said earlier, I was finishing my friend's music video because I have one more shoot left this Friday for my Friday the 13th fan film. So I just wanted to get his music video out of the way already. So we decided to finish it on Wednesday night, just so I didn't have to do that this weekend anymore. So I had time, so I had all the time in the world dedicated to Friday the 13th. Because if I didn't finish that music video on Wednesday, bro, I would have been screwed filming the end of my movie on Friday, and then I would have to finish shooting his music video on Saturday, so I wouldn't even have time to edit. So I was like, nah, I can't go live this Wednesday. Cosplay Zano says, "How you holding up today?" I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. Chilling, bro. Just chilling here on another Horror Sundays. Horror Sundays. Apple Ricky says, "I'm making the fake teeth. I'll be back." Awesome, Apple Rick. Do your thing. Amira says, "Hi." Amira says, "What's up, Frank? How you doing, Amira? How you doing? Glad to see you here on another Horror Sundays. Another episode right here on the channel, episode 34. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Amira. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. Hold on, I'm looking up the news. Amira Katira, Ghost Rider Edit says, Cosplay Zano says, "You've been highly missed. I'm gonna pop back in here in a few. Gotta make a quick run." All right, man. Take care, Cosplay. Be safe, drive safe, bro. Stay safe. Ghost Rider Edit says, "Katira is here." Hell yeah, she's here. Katira, what's up? Creator Chris says, "Hey Frank, what's up, Creator Chris? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the live stream, bro. Another episode here of Horror Sundays. Yeah, today's Horror Sundays, episode 34. Glad to see you here, bro. Glad to see you're doing okay. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Critic Chris, please, bro. Please, so more people can see this live stream. All right, we're about to get into the Scream 7 updates. Here we go, finally. Oh, I hate this site because it always looks like crap. It always looks like crap, this site. I think I'm going to go to another site instead. See if I find it. All right, I'm going to have to deal with it. Ghost Rider says, Randall Warren is best song. You can check it out. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out on some other time, bro. Because like I said, I can't play copyrighted music here. Sick at a copyright strike, a bad one too. Playing music and stuff. I'll check it out though. What's it called? Randall Warren. Randall Warren. Yeah, I think that's what that says. Randall Warren. Is that how you pronounce it? Randall Warren. Randall Warren, huh? All right, guys, here we go. We got some Scream 7 news. This came out 2 days ago. Everyone, listen up. This came out 2 days ago. Games Radar is reporting. Look, check it out. Got Ghostface there, but I don't think he's going to look like that in Scream 7. He's probably going to have just a plain, clean white mask now. I doubt they're going to use the aged masks again. That was just a Scream 6 thing. Okay, so yeah, so GamesRadar.com right here is reporting Scream 7. Wait, hold on, wait up. Is this right? 2 days ago, but this is, what the hell? This news is all wrong right here. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I had the wrong news. I had the wrong news, guys. Twisted Emo said, hi. What's up, Twisted Emo? How you doing? How you doing, Twisted Emo? Welcome to another episode of Horror Sundays, episode 34. Please smash the thumbs up right there, Twisted Emo. Please get us up to 30 so more people could join us here, Twisted Emo. Ghost Rider, it says it's Rundle Wayrin in pronunciation. It's Rundle Wayrin. Wayrun? So it's Rundle Wayrin or Wayrun in pronunciation. Critic Chris says, good. I'm good. Saw TMNT, the movie, this weekend. I love seeing old movies back on the screen. Yep. I got to go check that out soon as well, bro. I got to find time to go to the theaters. I got so many projects right now. Yeah, bro, I got to check it out. Oh, yeah, that's going to become a normal thing, bro. That's just going to become even more normal and normal. As time goes on, old movies are going to get re-released in theaters for nostalgia purposes or for people that didn't see them in theaters at the time of their original run. Yeah, it's going to become more normal, bro. More normal. More normal. Spinosaurus says, any Terrifier 4 updates? I'll check it out right now. We're on the Scream 7 updates. Justin Emo says, I'm planning on getting the new Jason Universe mask from Spirit Halloween. Awesome, bro. Awesome. Hell yeah. I'll probably get it eventually just to have it as well. You know, just to do a review on it. Just to have it. Yeah, hell yeah. It looks like whatever once you give it a good little rehaul. Apple Ricky says, okay, I'm back. Awesome, Apple Rick. Awesome. Just in time for the Scream 7 updates. Just in time for the Scream 7 update. All right, guys, my bad on the last news. Critic Chris says, original Texas Chainsaw Massacre releases tomorrow, but I can't make it. Oh, that's badass, bro. That's badass. I would love to make it too as well, but I don't know, man. I don't have time right now. I'm doing so many projects, bro, that I'm just bombarded with stuff right now. And also got band practice and stuff, and I'm writing new songs with my band, so I gotta find the free day. Apple Ricky says, so the Terrifier 4 filming in September is a lie. David said it's not true. It's still being written. Oh, that's awesome, Apple Ricky. That's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of fake news that pops up from here and there, you know? A lot of fake news. That's why even though I report movie news here on the channel, you can't take it seriously, you know? Because I'm just reading what I find on the internet, you know? I don't have any insiders, you know? I don't know anyone famous like that, you know? I'm just reading what I read on the internet, just like you guys, you know? So, yeah, it wouldn't make sense for some stuff to be fake news, you know? Twisted Emo says, I've been seeing Spirit Halloween 2025 tour videos, and so far I have not seen any Jason Universe masks in all those stores, tour videos, so I'm thinking that all the Spirit stores don't have them yet. What I think is, I think you could order it only right now. I think you're only, Twisted Emo, I think you're only able to order it right now, probably. I think you're probably only able to order it right now. Just like with Spirit Halloween, just like, look, check this out. Also like this, look, this is Spirit Halloween. This is the Spirit Halloween Perma Blood. And I found it, I had to go to like 3 different Spirit Halloweens to find it. And they only had one. They only had one. So what this tells me is that they probably get an early batch and it disappears quick. Or only certain stores have them, you know? Or you could only get it online whenever it's not available at the store, just like this. Just like this. I had to go to 3 Spirit Halloweens to find this Perma Blood. It's good stuff. But yeah, bro, yeah. Apple Ricky says, so it's basically all bullshit about the rumor. Yeah, like I said, Apple Ricky, like I said, I report the horror movie news right here on my channel. But, like I said, I read what you guys read, you know? I don't know David and Howard Thorne or Damien Leone, you know? I don't know them, so I don't have any insight like that. And I don't have any insiders like that, you know? So I just read what you guys read as well. And yeah, like I said, from time to time, it makes sense for stuff to be fake news because, you know, there's just so much news out there. Oh, Critic Chris says, I try not to give into the scoops online. I just wait. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. But this gets views, damn it. Reading the scoops gets views. Yeah, guys, but here we go. I finally found the Scream 7 news. So right here, Nerdist.com. Nerdist.com is right here reporting. Mason Gooding says Scream 7 is homely and unconventional. Homely and unconventional. What can that mean? What can that mean? We'll get into it right now. Let's see what Spinosaurus says. Critic Chris says, is Scream 7 the last or will more follow? Bro, Scream 8 is already greenlit. Scream 8 is already greenlit. Scream 8 is already greenlit, bro. So most likely Scream 7 is going to leave off on a cliffhanger. First ever cliffhanger in the movies. Which is going to be interesting to watch because cliffhangers like that only worked like in like the TV series, you know? Like the Scream movies were usually like more like they were one cohesive story from beginning to end. So it was a full story in one movie, you know? Full complete story, you know? But I guess now that yeah, they're probably going to do a what is it? A cliffhanger ending. They were originally supposed to do a cliffhanger ending in Scream 4, 2011, but since it like flopped at the box office, they didn't do it because originally Jill was supposed to live and go on to college. And when they were in college, there was supposed to be another killer stalking her that knew what she was knew she was the killer back in Woodsboro back in 2011 or whatever. 2010, 2011, 2012, whichever year it took place. But yeah, it's interesting. That's interesting. Spinosaurus says most of the Spirit Halloween stores just opened, so they probably don't have all the products in stock. There may be a Jason Universe mask, but it's just not for sale yet. They have to be for sale. They look kind of cheap though, bro. Not gonna lie, they look kind of cheap. Those Jason Universe masks. The paint job just looks. It looks like it looks like when your TV has static. The color of the Jason Universe mask, like it looks like when your TV is staticky. That's like if I'm gonna get that mask, I'm gonna buy it and review it, and I'm gonna give it a rehaul, bro. Ghost Rider says, say it to Bengali. If you saw one, it means you're good. What do you mean it means you're good? Bengali. Say it to a Bengali. If you saw one, it means you're good. It means I'm good or they're good. Aporiki says, I have demon teeth that look like the pale girl's teeth. And I remade Art's teeth. Yeah. Just dirty them up. Get a black acrylic paint, dirty it up, all over the white spots, you know, like also use browns and yellows, you know, Aporiki, make it look really dirty. Art's teeth are full of yellow and black and like brown, bro. Do that, you know, paint it up and then get some clear finish. If you tell your dad or your mom to take you to the Home Depot or wherever the hell you buy art supplies and buy some clear finish, matte clear finish, and spray it on your teeth so the paint doesn't drip off when you put them in your mouth, because the paint is disgusting. You don't want to taste the chemicals in your mouth. So like I said, Aporeki, you use a bunch of browns and yellows and black on the teeth so they look rotted, because Art's teeth are really rotted, you know. Also, like I said, so when you put the teeth in your mouth, when you wear your costume, make sure you buy some matte clear finish, and that makes the paint seal onto the latex so it doesn't drip off when you know you get water on it or saliva and stuff like that. Twisted Emo says, I heard that Thanksgiving 2 got done filming at the end of March and will be released in November again. No way, really? No way. Critic Chris says, I hate films and shows ending in cliffhangers. I don't mind it. I think it works better in TV shows, though. I think it works better in TV shows. That's why they need to bring back Scream the TV series, bro. I kind of like the TV series more now because it's just something that you could throw on weekly, you know? You get a new episode weekly instead of having to wait like 4 or 3 years for a new movie, you know? I kind of miss the TV series. I'm nostalgic for the TV series. I remember when I was a bit younger, like 10 years younger, and I would get home from like my college classes, and I would turn on the TV and Scream the TV series would be on MTV, you know? That's back when people still watch cable television still. Twisted Emo says, I did check their website and I didn't see the Jason Universe mask on the website. And most of the store tour videos are actually filmed the day when when they open. My bad, guys. Out of burp. Yeah, so who knows, bro? Who knows? What's probably gonna end up happening with those Jason Universe masks is they're probably just gonna end up getting bought by resellers and getting sold for more. So I'm gonna try my best to find one when they're cheap, because those cheap masks, bro, resellers want to sell cheap, like freaking mass-produced masks for like $100 sometimes. Like, no way, that costs like 14, 10 bucks sometimes, you know. I'm not paying all that for that much. Read my comments, says Ghost Rider. I did read your comments, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider, I did read your comments. You were talking about something about a Bengali. Ghost Rider, I am reading your comments. You were talking something about a Bengali or something. What is that? Apariki says, who would want to kiss Art the Clown? His breath probably stinks. No one? Dude, who would want to kiss Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Leatherface? None of them. Ghost Rider says, Apariki is a wild subspecies of human. Spinosaurus says, at Spirit Halloween, there is also an Art the Clown animatronic in this Santa costume. That's badass. I would love to have that. Ghost Rider says, no. Ghost Rider says, before that. Yeah, I did read it. Ghost Rider, I did read it. We were talking about that singer guy. I did read it, Ghost Rider. We were talking about Randall Wayrun or whatever. Ghost Rider, I did read your comments, bro, all of them. We were talking about that singer Randall Wayrun or whatever you were talking about right there. Critic Chris says, reason I hate it is because plans changed. I just seems like it's not concrete till an official trailer releases. Wait. Hey, Critic Chris, what were we talking about again? Critic Chris, I got lost in the train of thought right here. Reason I hate it is because plans changed. It seems like it's not concrete till the official trailer releases. Are we talking about cliffhangers still, Critic Chris? Critic Chris, are we still talking about cliffhangers? Ghost Rider, it says, say, oi, madar, chad, the Bengalis, when you see them. It means S. It means what's up. It better not mean some bad word, Ghost Rider. You're gonna get me beat up, bro. You're gonna get me beat up, Ghost Rider. Critic Chris says, yes. All right, okay, cool. Just making sure. Yeah, well, yeah, I understand, bro. I get you, though. I get you. To each their own, though, you know. I don't mind cliffhangers, but you don't like them. But I respect that, though, you know. I respect that, bro. It's all good, you know. It's all good. Like I said, though, I think they work better in TV shows, though. All right, guys. So, yeah, Nerdist, what is it? Nerdist.com is reporting. Mason Gooding says Scream 7 is homely and unconventional. This Ghost Rider says, nah, it actually mean what's up. All right, it better, Ghost Rider. It better, bro. I don't want to get boom punched in the face and shit, you know. Despite a still a controversy over the past couple of years, the Scream franchise is moving forward with its 7th installment. The previous film left the core 4 and Gail Weathers, we assume, considering she didn't die, in a relatively good place, with Sam finally moving towards healing and peace after killing Richie's remaining family. It's wild but true. Now the next film is going back to the original, with Nev Campbell returning as Sidney Prescott as the main character. We know some other characters are coming back too, including Mason Gooding's Chad Meeks Martin. In a recent interview, Gooding described Scream 7 in a very strange way, calling it domestic as well as homely and unconventional. We don't really know what that means, but we can assume that this means Scream 7 will return to a quieter local after the last movie's New York massacre. Sydney and her family don't live in Woodsboro anymore, so we will get to see We will get to see the small town she lives in. The next film will be interesting to say the least. Who will do the infamous? Who will don the infamous mask next? Here's what we know about Scream 7. All right, guys. Here's what we know about Scream 7. Listen up. Listen up. Listen up. Critic Chris says, I wouldn't end my films on cliffhangers unless I knew for sure in writing I can make and follow up to the previous installment. That's what I mean by it works better on TV shows, Critic Chris. That's what I mean by it works better on TV shows, cliffhangers, than movies. Because movies are usually a one and done deal. Beginning, middle, ending. The classic 3-act style, the classic 3 acts, beginning, middle, and ending. TV shows can expand that, they can expand the universe, more characters and stuff. So cliffhangers work better there. All right. So this is what we know about Scream 7 so far. Title: the film is indeed called Scream 7, which could be stylized as Scream 7 in Roman numerals, VII or LL, whatever. Scream 7's plot: as stated above, Sam and Tara's story came to a neat conclusion in Scream 6, and Sydney is living a happy life with her husband Mark, her daughters. It seems like there was no one else hiding in the shadows who would want to kill Sydney. Her story was complete and she found peace. So the plot of Scream 7 is really up in the air. Depending on the film's release, someone from 30 years ago could decide to celebrate the events of Scream 1996 in a sinister way. We shall see. In recent interview with comicbook.com, Scream 7 writer Guy Busick slightly opened up about why Sydney would return after her supposed happy ending. Of course, the more obvious reason is that Sid is a beloved character, and the best way to get the fans to stay on board after firing Melissa Barrera. I don't want to give anything away about the reason Scream 7 had to be a Sydney movie, because there's a really cool reason. Busick teases there's a really specific reason why Sydney is in this movie. I will say there is a reason, and we're happy with it when we cracked it. When we went to Nev Campbell and said, this is why Sydney now. Nev was like, oh, I get that. I pitched Kevin Williamson this first too. He got it, and then I pitched the studio. I came up with the story with my co-writer on Scream 5 and Scream 6, James Vanderbilt. He went on to say that Meeks Martin twins, Chad and Mindy, would come back due to their connection to Gale. While this film won't take place in New York City again, Busick didn't confirm whether we'd return to Woodsboro or go to another town, perhaps where Sydney lives. He did, however, give us a general timeline for when Scream 7 takes place. It's an unspecified amount of time after Scream 6, he said. I might get contradicted by other people, but in my mind, more than 2 years. I would say at least 2 years. It could be 2 years, but I would say 2 years plus. More like 4 years, 3 years probably. Behind the scenes, Kevin Williamson, the writer of Scream 1996, will direct Scream 7. He is replacing Christopher Landon, who left the film after Melissa Barrera's controversial and very upsetting firing, Jenny Ortega's exit. Guy Busick and James Vanderbilt, who wrote the last 2 installments, will pen the sequel. The Radio Silence team will step back from directing duties to executive produce Scream 7 in an indie... Wait, what? The Radio Silence team will step back from directing duties to executive produce Scream 7, so they're still producing it? Radio Silence? That's crazy. In an IndieWire interview, Campbell confirmed that that filming started in December 2024. The cast and crew wrapped filming sometime in March 2025. Check it out, guys. Look. The production slate for Scream 7. Looks great, doesn't it? Looks great. Scream 7's cast. Let me see Scream 7's cast. Scream 7's cast. Right now, we know that Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, Jasmine Savoy Brown, and Mason Gooding are returning from the previous film. The latter two are interesting considering Mindy and Chad Meeks Martin's stories are closely tied to the Carpenter's sister, neither of whom will be in Scream 7. We don't know if they will just make a quick cameo or if their roles will tie closely into Sydney's in some fashion. We assume Roger L. Jackson will return as the voice of Ghostface. Deadline reports that Scream 7 added Joe McHale to its cast as Sydney's husband, Mark, which means I'm not a fan of this Joe McHale guy, honestly, bro. Like, I don't see him as that. Which means that she is not married to Patrick Dempsey's Mark Kincaid from Scream 3. Most fans assume that when she referred to Mark, she meant that character. They did seem to have some flirtation and were last seen hanging out at her house with Dewey, rest in peace, and Gail. This new casting could still be the same Mark, but perhaps McHale because Dempsey wasn't available. When asked if he might return as Mark Kincaid, Patrick Dempsey previously said it was possible. Dempsey noted of reprising his role in Scream 7. I'm waiting on the script. There has been a conversation about it. I haven't seen anything yet, so we'll see what happens. It's also good to have a job. Well, job. We don't know. We don't know that at least one of Sydney's kids is making an appearance. Deadline report that Isabel May, 1883, will portray Sydney's currently unnamed daughter in Scream 7. It's not clear if she will be a main target like her mom was in 1996. Considering the film releases in February 2026, it's possible that someone wants to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the original killings by targeting Sid's kids. She would be at least 14 years old by the time, according to the universe timeline. Deadline reports that Asa German, who is currently known for his role. Okay, so we already know all these characters, yeah, that they announced. February 27th. So Scream 7 is set to release on February 26, 2027. 2027, guys. February 26, 2027. Let me see what I missed right here. Critic Chris says, yeah, but in Hollywood, things get planned and canceled in bulk. Someone suggested Terminator series to me, but I declined because I knew the series ended on a cliffhanger. Yeah, that is true too, bro. I understand. I totally understand. Critic Chris. Apple Ricky says, I'll be meeting Damien in November, so this would be my chance to talk to him. Definitely, Apple Ricky. Take the chance now. Take the chance now, Apple Ricky. Take the chance now. Critic Chris says, Frank, do you think Jenna Ortega is overrated actress? Kind of, in a way, yeah. Little bit. She needs to, she doesn't need to, but it would be cool to see her in more other stuff, you know? More other things. Besides just like, because when she plays horror characters, besides Tara and Scream, but when Jenna Ortega plays horror characters, they're usually always like the same stuck-up goth chick, you know, like always like. Only Tara and Scream, like her face was more animated and stuff like that. But all her other roles, she always has the same demeanor, just like angry looking, you know. Like besides for Tara and Scream 5, you know, and 6, where she's more animated and she smiles more and she makes more faces, you know. And Wednesday and Beetlejuice, she's like literally the same character, you know. But yeah. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of, Critic Chris. Kind of. Critic Chris says, I felt she did nothing other than damsel in distress. Kind of, pretty much. That's all I'm saying. Her best roles, in my opinion, were Scream 5 and 6. Oh, and X was cool too. Scream 5, 6, and X was cool. Those are good movies of her. Those are good. She was more animated in those movies, you know? Like she actually had facial expressions in those movies. Versus Wednesday, what is it? Beetlejuice, Miller's Girl. She's literally like the same character in those movies. Just that angry, gothic looking chick, you know? Apple Ricky says, what if they did a Terminator remake? I don't know, Apple Ricky. I don't know about a Terminator remake. The original one is perfect, Apple Ricky. What they need to do is a sequel to Terminator 2, a movie that finally takes place in the future war, where the sky is all dark and stuff. You know, that's what they need to do. Wicked Milk says, "Yo, Frank, what did you think of the Friday the 13th film? Oh, what is it? Freaking Sweet Revenge? That vignette, the vignette by Angry Orchard. I thought it was okay. It was all right for what it was, bro. I got a lot of inspiration from that, honestly. Honestly, I know a lot of people complained. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a fan of the mask. I'm not a fan of the mask at all. Not a fan of the mask. I'll still get it just to have it, but I'm not a fan of the mask. But the short film that Angry Orchard made was actually pretty cool, bro. It was very inspiring. It was actually very inspiring. It was right up my alley because I'm making my own Friday the 13th fan film, you know? So I decided to take inspiration from that as well, you know? Like hopefully one day I could direct something like cheap like that for like some kind of beer company or the Jason Universe sees my fan film and hires me for something, you know? It was cool, bro. Like I said, it was low budget, just how I love it. I love low budget, bro. It looks like it was shot on an iPhone and drones. Um, I love the low budget of it, the low budget of it, the look. It was very inspiring. It was very inspiring for me. Hell yeah, it was badass. I loved it, bro. I loved it. Critic Chris says, "Yeah, I agree on Beetlejuice too. She was like Wednesday in it. Yep, glad we agree." Wicked Milk says, "Bro, it was actually good. I had low expectations. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't really have low expectations that much because they still had some money behind them, unlike my fan film, you know. But yeah, it was cool, bro. It was cool. I liked it. I like that they play the original music when she finds the old white guy that picks the apples. When she finds him in the garage dead with the freaking apple cutter thing in his mouth. I liked how they used the OG Friday the 13th music. It really brought back that nostalgia. Like to me, it was like if they did a like basically it was like it was pretty much like when the reboot came out in 2009, you know. So it was basically if Friday the 13th would happen now in modern day 2025, you know. Just like when the 2009 reboot came out, it was set like in 2008, 2009, around there, you know. So they were trying to do the same thing with this vignette. They were trying to see what a Friday the 13th movie would look like in modern day now that we have smartphones and all that shit, you know. So yeah, I loved it. Uh, Critic Chris says, I wanted that Frank Terminator film to continue from Salvation post Judgment Day. Yep, yep, that's what they need to do, bro. That's what they need to do. I heard for a few years there was talk that they wanted John Cena to play like a new T800. That'll be perfect because he's got a similar build to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Wicked Milk says Jason's hair was so cool that he had them hillbilly vibes. You know what I mean? Yup. I loved it, bro. I love that little short film. I love that little short film. I'll probably watch it later again or before I go shoot the ending of my fan film this Friday. Hell yeah, it's gonna be badass. Critic Chris says, I think Terminator franchise ran its course. I don't think so. I don't think so. I just think I just think they don't look for good writers. I bet if I got hired, I could make them a badass Terminator movie. Set in present day or in the future or in the freaking 80s. I don't know why it's so hard for these fools like to come up with good stuff like that, you know? I don't and also I heard rumors that James Cameron supposedly was gonna be involved in the next Terminator movie, but he was just executive producing. I don't think James Cameron is as passionate for Terminator anymore. Okay, so here we go. Info on a trailer for Scream 7. No, unfortunately, there isn't a trailer for Scream 7 yet, and we likely won't get one until late 2025. With the 2026 release date now set in stone, post-production still needed, footage just isn't ready yet. With that, we've likely got a little wait ahead of us before we get a sneak peek of Ghostface. Damn, so no trailer yet. No trailer yet for Scream 7. No trailer yet for Scream 7. Critic Chris says they just keep trying to replicate T2. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. They try to keep replicating Terminator 2. Terminator 2. I love Terminator 2, bro. I love Terminator 2. I used to watch it with my dad as a kid. That's like a mom and dad and son movie. But honestly think the first Terminator is better. I honestly think the first Terminator is better because it was more of a horror movie. It was a slasher movie. There's even interviews of James Cameron saying he was literally trying to copy like Michael Myers, Halloween. Yeah. If I were to get hired to make a new Terminator movie, I would honestly try to like replicate the first one more. I would try to go back to the more horror roots of Terminator, you know? Terminator 2 had some horror elements sprinkled into it, but it was more action and like drama and shit, you know? It was more action and drama, Terminator 2, you know? It was more action. It was more a dialogue movie, you know? It was like it was a dialogue movie. It was like a dialogue movie, action and drama, you know? Versus Terminator 1 was more of a character driven movie because we were focused on Sarah Connor only. And yeah, we also had Kyle Reese there too as a side character, but we were focused. She was the main character. Versus Terminator 2, there's too many characters, you know? There's too many characters and shit. Because Terminator 2, then you also have Sarah Connor. Then you have also John Connor, you know, who wasn't around 10 plus years ago. And then they're friends with the T-800 now, you know? So now it's too many characters, you know? It's too many characters, so it becomes more of like a story driven, you know, story driven movie, versus the original Terminator was more of a character driven movie. Yeah. Antonio Ernest says Kaiga or Kagi. What's up, Antonio? How you doing, Antonio? If you're a horror movie fan, Antonio, please like and subscribe. Welcome to Horror Sundays, episode 34 here on the channel. Please like and subscribe, bro. Please smash the thumbs up right there. Get us up to 30. Critic Chris says, same here. I enjoyed the first film most. Yeah, bro. Like I said, bro, I used to love watching the first one with my dad when I was a little kid, you know? It was like father-son bonding time. But I love the first one more, bro. I love the first one more because it's literally a slasher movie. It's literally just a robot slasher movie, bro. Like I said, there's even interviews of James Cameron saying that he had visions and nightmares when he was writing Terminator of a robot coming out of the fire, you know? Just like who? Michael Myers at the end of Halloween 2. He had visions of a robot that would get shot, wouldn't die, that wouldn't go down, that was unstoppable. Just like who? Who would die and fall down and it was unstoppable? Michael Myers. That first freaking Terminator is basically Halloween without the Halloween. Just add freaking futuristic cyberpunk and a freaking robot skeleton set in the mid 80s, you know? Hell yeah. Aporeki says, I printed out the scripts to the Antichrist. Awesome, Aporeki. Awesome. Start handing them out to people. Aporeki, get a fan film going with your friends at school or something. In the drama club. Critic Chris says, first time I had that feel like Human versus Machine, it was made at the right time back then. Yep, the first Terminator, hell yeah. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth, the first Terminator movie seemed more real because it was all practical effects. Like in Terminator 2, I know it's a great movie. It was shot great, awesome shots, and it was like one of the first pioneering movies for CGI, but you could tell the CGI is really outdated now. On the T-1000, like the CGI is super outdated now on Terminator 2. On Terminator 2. I feel like Terminator 1 aged a little bit better with the effects because they were all practical. Even the Terminator when it's walking, when you see it walking in that hallway at the Cyberdyne building, that was a miniature. That was stop motion. That was stop motion. That was stop motion. Aporeki says, I don't want to do a fan film. I want to do a real film. Well, you got to start somewhere, Aporeki. How do you think movie directors would start out back in the day? They would start out doing cheap films. Aporeki, you have to start with fan films, Aporeki. You have to start with fan films, literally. If you don't have the budget yet, you got to start with fan films, Aporeki. How else are you gonna showcase people what you can do? So then, so people could see what you're capable of, and then later on you could get a budget, from some company or a production company or something. But you got to start with fan films, Aporiki. Even old school directors from back in the day would start out filming with their home movie cameras, like that. Everyone starts somewhere, Aporiki. Critic Chris says, I like Arnold being the bad guy too. His T-800 did not care about witnesses. And there's a deleted scene I want extended cut of. Yeah? Remember, he just gets the guy from the phone booth and throws him. Remember, next to the gun store? Aporiki says, I want Damien Leone to help me make this. Go for it, Aporiki. Go for it. Go for it. That's all I can say is go for it. Follow your dream. Who am I to tell you not to go for it, Who am I to tell you, Aporiki? You do it. You give him that script. Critic Chris says, CGI looked is better in the 90s. Now it looks overdone. Well, yeah, because in the 90s, they would mix in the CGI with the practical. So it would look really good. You weren't really able to tell. Critic Chris says, that's true, Frank. Even the best had to do the... Critic Chris says, that's true, Frank. Even the best had to work their way up. Spielberg, Cameron did too. Bro, Cameron was broke. I think Cameron was broker than Spielberg, honestly. I think Spielberg came from a more well-off background. Cameron was broke, bro. James Cameron was broke, man. He was broke, bro. That's why I love James Cameron a lot, too. He's one of my favorite directors because he's an asshole like me and because he was broke, bro. If you ever watch his interviews and stuff like that, from Terminator 2, he tells you right there, bro, that he was broke when he was trying to come up with Terminator 1. And he was broke while filming Terminator 1. Bro, if you watch the making of Terminator 1984, there's interviews of him saying they were shooting scenes without permits, bro. They were shooting scenes in downtown without permits. That takes balls, bro. You could go to jail for that. Aporiki says, I'm gonna do to a horror film mystery in a backyard. That's cool, Aporiki. Hell yeah. Critic Chris says, Frank, deleted scene showing T-800 walking away after killing a woman with bystanders watching, kid crying. That's brutal. That's brutal. That's brutal. Aporiki says, did you see that video of Jelly Roll beating up Logan Paul? No, I have not, Aporiki. I haven't caught that yet. I have not caught that yet. Aporiki. I have not caught that yet. Critic Chris says Cameron denies he was involved in Piranha 2. Cameron sold Terminator TI Gale and Hunt for $1. Yeah, you know what's up, Critic Chris. Yeah, now he denies it. Hey, Critic Chris, you wanna know how I know James Cameron was broke? You wanna know how I know he was broke? Bro, Piranha 2 was being produced by Roger Corman. Critic Chris, do you know who Roger Corman is? Piranha 2 was being produced by Roger Corman. Roger Corman was the king of schlock, the king of low-budget schlock in the late 80s, early 90s, And bada bing, bada boom, James Cameron directed Piranha 2, which was produced by Roger Corman. And Roger Corman wasn't this big shot movie like producer. He did everything on a budget, low budget, bro. So that's how you know Cameron was broke. He was trying to work his way up there. And yeah, he did sell the rights for $1. I remember hearing about that. Aporiki says, I have a few masks and a black hoodie, so I'd be playing the killer and the victim. That's awesome, Aporik. Hell yeah. Can't wait to see your performance. Critic Chris says, there's good deleted scenes of Terminator. Cameron should release an extended cut. Definitely, huh? He should, bro. He should. Enough of this blue avatar stuff, man. Enough. Enough of that, right? Enough of that. Cosplayzano says, sup, Critic Chris. Critic Chris says, it's Cameron's ego. He has to have that perfect resume. He was pissed the Avengers topped his Titanic, so he released it again. Oh, yeah, huh? I forgot people have egos like that. I forgot about that stuff. Yeah, bro, it's natural to be kind of egotistical, it's human nature. But these guys are egotistical on a competitive level. They're on a competitive level. You know what's crazy, bro? when I'm not competitive like that, I sometimes produce my best work than when I'm trying to produce work just to top other work. Like when I'm making work just to top other work, I never result in my best work. My best work always comes when I'm making it for me, you know? Yeah, so yeah, these guys are all narcissists though, bro. You gotta remember they're all narcissists. All they care about is dollars now and box office dollars and stuff, you know? No, Cosmizano says, I'm considering getting a Michael Myers tat. Awesome, bro. Awesome. I'm considering getting a Batman tattoo and a Joker tattoo as well. Hell yeah. Critic Chris says nothing much. Him. Yeah, so guys, let's check out. We got some Spider-Man brand new day news right here. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Still got 30 minutes here. Come on, Yahoo, hurry up. Hold on, guys, give me a second. All right. Critic Chris says, yeah, I wouldn't release a movie because someone topped my film. It's pretty. Huh. Yeah, that's just lame, bro. That's all narcissist stuff. Cosplay says, my timeline is flooded with Spider-Man insight. Awesome. Hell yeah. Got to hear that. Wicked Milk says, yes, sir. All right, guys. So Yahoo Entertainment right here is reporting Spider-Man brand new days. Scorpion actor can't stop. Won't stop sharing BTS teases amid filming. When you buy through the links on not that Spidey's Rogues Gallery is filling up fast in the upcoming Spider-Man brand new day. However, one foe has stolen the conversation. Is Michael Mondo's returning Gargan, aka Scorpion, first introduced in 2017's Homecoming. Gargan has been lingering on the sidelines ever since, and was last seen in post-credit scene in which he tried to learn the web slinger's true identity. Now with production underway on Tom Holland's fourth solo outing, Mondo is seemingly keeps fans and himself entertained by sharing BTS teases. A recent post from Mondo's Instagram stories revealed a vicious prosthetic from his character Scar, which fans saw in Homecoming. The striking image coincides with the release of several official BTS in his new suit. Check out Mondo's cool pic down below. All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Look at that. That's Mondo as Scorpion, guys. That's Mondo as Scorpion right there. Check it out. He looks freaking crazy, bro. That looks wild. That prosthetic right there. That looks wild as hell. Earlier this month, the actor dropped a black and white Instagram selfie that revealed Gargan's signature Scorpion. Damn, stupid thing. What's going on? Hold on, guys. Give me a second. This thing's reloading. It's acting dumb. Earlier this month, the actor dropped a black and white Instagram selfie that revealed Gargan's signature Scorpion tattoo on his neck. Mondo's post, which features a playful caption and that a visual wink, came on the heels of news that Gargan would appear in the film along with Avenger Bruce Banner. Take a look at Mondo's original post. I don't think it's there anymore. No, it's not there. Now speculation heats up over whether Michael Mondo will finally don Scorpion's iconic green armor and tail. One thing is for sure with the orphan Black Alum's steady stream of cryptic teases, it feels less a matter of if than when the secret slips. Surely fans are hoping Gargan's comeback means more than just another supporting villain beat. Reports have long suggested that the upcoming Marvel movie would feature multiple villains from street level threats like Tombstone, Boomerang, or a highly flying danger like Tarantula. Some theories have even stated to connect Matt Gargan to the Silver of Venom symbiote left behind in No Way Home, which could elevate Scorpion into one of Spider-Man's most dangerous adversaries. Disney Plus is a hub for MCU, and that includes Spider-Man movies. Get the ad. All right, that's it. Blah blah blah. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, this guy Michael Mondo is gonna be returning as a Scorpion. As Scorpion. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Can't wait to see that. It's gonna be cool. Critic Chris says, I'd be one of those directors that just wants to make a great movie, not do it for the Oscars. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. Me too, Critic Chris. I agree with that 100%. Spinosaurus says the Punisher being in Spider-Man 4 is going to be so good, but at the same time, since kids watch it, I don't think he's going to be as brutal as he was in the TV show. Yep, he's not. I don't think he is, or in that original 2004 Punisher movie. Wicked Milk says, yes, sir, Michael Mondo rocks. Yup. Yeah, you guys like him a lot, huh? That's awesome. Wicked Milk says, hell yeah, bro. That shit really well made. Constantino says, you think Craven has a chance to be in it? I don't know, bro. Maybe not. Maybe not, since how bad the movie did. Critic Chris says, I read New Rhino will be in it. Probably Hulk is in it. Hulk is in it as the two as the two went off in the comics. Yeah, yeah. I'm about to get into that right now. New set reports suggest that Rhino, right here, comicbookmovie.com is reporting. New set reports suggest that Rhino is set to make an appearance in Spider-Man Brand New Day. If new report from the Glasgow set of Spider-Man Brand New Day is said to be believed, the Rhino may be involved in the sequence featuring the Wallcrawler chasing down the Punisher and the Scorpion. Spider-Man Brand New Day is still shooting in Scotland, but has another supervillain been spotted. So far, we've only seen the Wallcrawler in action, though a few different scoopers have claimed that the Punisher is driving the tank and in hot pursuit of the Scorpion. That's been a lot of destruction lately, and Glasgow World has been on hand to cover some of it. In a new report from the site, it was said when filming resumed, there was a section where the tank is being pursued by another custom-made vehicle. Custom-made vehicle. It had the same shape prop at the front of it. It was the shape of a rhino's head. Damn, what? That's crazy. They go on to theorize that the rhino might be involved in this scene chase, and while it's certainly not outside the realm of possibility, it doesn't seem overly likely. We've seen nothing from the set to indicate that the villain will appear, so chances are this reporter spotted some camera or stunt equipment that got the wrong end of the stick. Still, stranger things have happened, and there may be recently been claims that Spider-Man Brand New Day will feature a mystery villain who has yet to be revealed, who isn't among those previously leaked names. Rhino previously appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Kraven the Hunter. Though the less said about that we saw from him in those movies, the better. Obviously, over the moon and so excited, Holland previously said of shooting Spider-Man Brand New Day. Playing Spider-Man is like hanging out with an old pal. And I think we're all really strict with that, with what we could do in the last movie because of COVID. So we shot the entire film on stages. Yeah, pretty much. They think the Rhino is going to be appearing, but I don't know. They're saying it's not true. Here's a cool little behind the scenes, though. That's awesome right there. Check it out. Look. Check it out, guys. That's some behind the scenes right there. Let me play it again for those of you who didn't see it. Oh, wait, what is it on? It's on TikTok? Oh, I don't got TikTok on this. Oh, that video won't come up anymore. That sucks. Look, here it is. Here it is, guys. Look. Some behind the scenes. Brand new day. That suit looks sick. It finally looks like the comics. That suit looks so sick. One more time. One more time. That suit looks so badass. Look at the suit. It's finally the right colors, that lighter blue, huh? It literally looks like a fucking Party City suit. But that's what literally, that's the more accurate suit. That's the more accurate suit. Cosplayzano says that will be epic. Critic Chris says, I'd want Tombstone if they have Kingpin. Hey, for real, huh? They need to get Kingpin already, man. It's crazy because Kingpin came out in Daredevil, but Kingpin was more prominent in Spider-Man, I think. In both of them, though. And Kingpin was very prominent in both of them, to be honest. But, yeah, like, they need to bring Kingpin in already to this. And Spider-Man, huh? Yeah, dude, and Black Cat, bro. Black Cat. Spinosaurus says, I'm glad they're bringing Scorpion as a main villain now. I have been waiting since Spider-Man Homecoming for him to be in it. Yeah, right? You only got him like for a little bit in that movie. And then that teaser ending or whatever. That cliffhanger, no, not cliffhanger, that post-credit or whatever. Critic Chris says, him, agreed. Castellano says, two combustual elements doing battle, Rhino versus Hulk, huh? Critic Chris says, laugh out loud, laugh out loud. All that's needed is the delve into the man spider like in the 90s cartoon. Yeah, with all the hands right here. They also need to bring on the Beyonder, bro, and Secret Wars. And Secret Wars, they gotta have the Beyonder somehow. And Madam Web, because they were a part of Secret Wars in the 90s Spider-Man animated series. Literally the Beyonder and what is it called? Madam Web and Doctor Doom are like the ones manipulating Secret Wars. Castellano says I didn't know that Craven movie went bad. Yeah, that Craven movie was not great, bro. Critic Chris says I didn't bother seeing Craven or Morbius because I hated Madam Web. Bro, Morbius could have been a badass dark vampire movie set in the city. Oh, dude, Michael Morbius was so badass in the cartoon with his black leather trench coat, his pale skin, his blue hair, his red eyes. Bro, we could have had a horror, but they went with all this sci-fi crap instead. Zargnarg says, I haven't been here in forever. What's up, Zargnarg? How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Horror Sundays. Today's episode, what is it, 34? 34, hell yeah. Welcome to another episode, bro. Glad to see you here. Please smash the thumbs up, Zargnarg. Please smash the thumbs up. Critic Chris says, I love the suit. Looks awesome. Looks right out of the comics, finally. You see, I think what makes it look bad in the movie is when they add CGI over it. When they overlay CGI, I think that's what kills it. Wicked Milk says, it looks accurate as fuck. Yeah, it does look accurate. But when they edit the movie, they're going to put freaking CGI over it. Then it's going to look like it's CGI. Cosplayzano says, gotta head out. Talk later, Frank. Take care, Cosplay. Critic Chris says, yeah, I love it. I want an animated revival of Spider-Man series. I hated the end of the cliffhanger 90s Spider-Man series. Was so censored, but they made it work great. Yeah, you get a little cameo of Peter Parker in the X-Men 97 reboot. He comes out. I heard rumors of Spider-Man 98, supposedly. Critic Chris says, see ya, Tim. Castellano says, see ya, Critic Chris. See ya, guys. All right, we got some last news right here. IGN. Guys, IGN is reporting Ryan Reynolds will appear as Deadpool in Avengers Doomsday. Ryan Reynolds will appear as Deadpool in Avengers Doomsday. Ryan Reynolds will appear as Deadpool in Avengers Doomsday. Ryan Reynolds will appear as Deadpool in Avengers Doomsday. Ryan Reynolds is set to reprise his role as Deadpool for the next Marvel Cinematic Universe MCU team-up movie. Details on Reynolds' highly anticipated involvement in the next Avengers come from The Hollywood Reporter. It's one of the many Deadpool crossovers Marvel fans have waited decades to see come to fruition, though the site source says fans shouldn't expect him to actually join the Avengers team quite yet. Fans have wondered if the Merc with a mouth would show up for Avengers Doomsday since Marvel debuted its chief focus cast announcement video earlier this year. Speculation that Deadpool could show up then caught fire when Reynolds teased his return just a few days ago. It's not much of a surprise to see Reynolds continue his run as Deadpool. Avengers Doomsday. His portrayal of the potty-mouthed anti-hero made an official jump to the MCU with 2024's Deadpool and Wolverine. That's thanks to some multiverse shenanigans that saw him slicing through the alternate universes with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Deadpool spent much of the buddy comedy hoping to one day join the Avengers team. Even if he won't become an official Avenger, it seems like he may get a chance to meet Chris Hemsworth's Thor, Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic, or even Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom with when Avengers Doomsday comes to theaters December 18, 2026. We're lucky we also finally find out why glimpse into another reality showed Thor crying over Deadpool on a battlefield. Oh, that's crazy. Deadpool's gonna die. Others in Avengers Doomsday already stat cast include Anthony Mackie as Captain America, Florence Pugh or Pa as Yelena Belova, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, and many more. There's also Channing Tatum's Gambit, who made his splash when he finally made his big screen debut, and Deadpool and Wolverine. The most surprising Avenger and Marvel characters not announced for the Doomsday. So yeah, Ryan Reynolds is coming back as Deadpool for Avengers Doomsday. He won't be an official Avenger, but he'll be helping out, they're saying. Spinosaurus says Deadpool and Doomsday is going to be fun and all, but the movies is probably going to be PG-13, so there's not going to be as many jokes. Yeah, but there'll be some jokes, though. They could get away with some jokes, though. There'll be some good stuff, I'm pretty sure. Spinosaurus says they also kind of hinted of him being in it because we got a scene of Deadpool crying with Thor and Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, I remember that at the end. That it wasn't that post-credit scene, I think. Wicked Milk says the CGI is bad, bro. Not gonna lie, I prefer practical. Also hate it when they correct the air pockets, wrinkle spots with CGI. It looks like the suit is all glued down. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like the suit looks cool right now to us because we're seeing it through raw footage. You know, we're seeing it through raw footage. We're seeing behind the scenes footage. We're not seeing the actual final product, you know? So once they edit the movie, they're going to overlay CGI over the suit, and it's going to look like it's CGI. It's not even going to look like a practical suit. It's going to look like CGI. Wicked Milk says, I love how they added fabric tensions and wrinkles in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yeah, amazing. Honestly, bro, Andrew Garfield was also one of my favorite Spider-Mans, not going to lie. I'm not really a fan of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but we'll see in this new movie. But Toby and Andrew are like my favorite ones. I don't know why. It's because they got that old school New York feel to them, you know. Spider-Man, the first one came out in 2002. Then the Sam Raimi series ended in 2007. Then the Amazing Spider-Man 2012 to 14 I think, or 2013, whatever. And they just had that old school New York feel that these new ones try to replicate, but they don't have, you know? Critic Chris says, I'd like to see Red Skull again for Secret Wars. Can't think of his name, who played him recently in Infinity War Endgame, but he was great as Red Skull. Yeah, Red Skull was badass. Yeah, Red Skull was crazy. Red Skull was crazy, racist mofo. Wicked Milk says, want to see Deadpool interact with Spider-Man. Yeah, they almost have the same kind of personality. Well, Spider-Man in the comics, honestly, I remember reading the comics when I was a kid. in the 90s and early 2000s and watching the animated series. And Spider-Man's attitude was more on par with Deadpool's, kind of. Like, Spider-Man would tell jokes and stuff like that. Tom Holland's Spider-Man's too serious and too whiny. Also, even Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man cracked jokes here and there. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man cracked jokes, you know? Tom Holland Spider-Man, I don't know, he's too serious. He's too, like, I don't know, too whiny. It's like the equivalent of what's it called? Of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. That's like comparing Heath Ledger's Joker to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. More whiny, you know? Critic Chris says, I read Scorpion might obtain the Venom symbiote in the new filmer Peter will for Doomsday. I heard something about Peter. I also did hear something about Scorpion getting access to the Venom as well. But I did hear Peter will have a black suit sometime in later movies, so that could tie into that. Critic Chris, I think Tom Holland was the most humorous one, but made him more like Tobey's version. I mean, I guess I'm just older, you know, so I don't really relate to Tom's Spider-Man anymore. But we'll see with the new one. All right, guys. We got one last news right here. One last movie news right here. BBC.com. Don't laugh at that, guys. Don't laugh at that. BBC.com is reporting Shrek 5 release delayed for second time. The much anticipated release of Shrek 5 has been delayed for a second time. DreamWorks Animation originally scheduled a sequel for next summer, but pushed it back to December 2026. It has now shifted the release back further to June 2027, according to U.S. website Deadline. Although the report didn't give a reason, fans and news outlets have speculated that the delay was to avoid competing with Avengers Doomsday, Dune Part 3, and Ice Age 6, which are all set to hit cinemas in December 2026. Fans have expressed disappointment at the delay, with one writing on X, another delay. At this point, my kids will be showing Shrek 5 to their kids. The first film, released in 2001, followed the story of an ogre who wants nothing more than to be left alone, but ends up on a quest to rescue a princess trapped in a tower. Along the way, he gets help from a ragtag bunch of misfits, including a chatty donkey and later a boot-wearing cat. It was a huge hit for DreamWorks, making $487 million worldwide at the box office. A studio that went on to bring back the characters again and again for 3 more movies. Number 5 will actually be the 7th film in the wider franchise, which includes 2 spin-off films, Puss in Boots and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. It has been confirmed that Shrek, voiced by Mike Myers, not Michael Myers, Mike Myers, Princess Fiona, voiced by Cameron Diaz, and Donkey, voiced by Eddie Murphy, are all returning for the new movie. The movie's trailers also revealed a new addition to the cast. What? There's a trailer? Fiona and Shrek's teenage daughter, Felicia, voiced by actress Zendaya. However, the reaction to the clip was mixed, with some fans taking X to say that they didn't like the new style of animation. It was ugly. Some have compared the reaction to the original movie version of Sonic the Hedgehog, which Paramount changed in response to the backlash in 2019. Others couldn't be more excited about the return of the Kingdom of Far, Far Away. So yeah, guys, Shrek 5 has been delayed to June 2027. June 2027. There is a picture. Shrek and his daughter, looking out Gen Z. Look at the Fiona, Donkey right there, you know? So yeah, there it is. For anyone that's a fan of Shrek, the new Shrek movie just got pushed back to June 2027 in 2 years. 2 years from now, basically. 2 years from now, basically, guys. 2 years from now. All right, so let's see what I missed right here. Wicked Milk says, David Howard Thorne as Joker, bro, that's what DC needs. Yep, I seen that fan film he did as Joker. It was interesting. Critic Chris says, Tom was funny at his best in Civil War, just saying. It was like, whatever, I guess. Spinus, I think that was probably the time they wrote him the closest to the comic. I would like to see how Avengers Doomsday is going to fit in 20 plus characters in the movie. I think they will probably cut off some scenes with hated characters. That's dumb. I hate it when they cut scenes. What's the point of even shooting the scenes with the characters? Wicked Milk says, laughing my ass off. Shrek 5 teaser. Look trash, bro. I'm glad they delayed it. Ha. Critic Chris says, Ryan Reynolds would have rocked as Wally West / Flash. Hey, yeah, he could have played Flash. Low key, huh? Wicked Milk says, nah. Tom from Civil War was marvelous. We need that. Wicked Milk says, you seen the practical suit Tom wore in the Civil War set, though? It was way better than the CGI final look. Yep. So I'm telling you, the CG looks whack that they had after. Critic Chris says, Wicked Milk, I agree. Wicked Milk says, but it makes sense because Tony Stark designed it. Critic, yeah, so it would be all high-tech, right, with nanobots and shit. Critic Chris says, I like the smaller spider on costume and bigger red spider on the back in Civil War. It looked like 90s cartoon. Yup. Sure did, guys. It sure did. All right, guys, we got 3 more minutes. We got 3 more minutes and I'm cutting the live stream. We got 3 more minutes and I'm cutting the live stream, guys. We got 3 more minutes and the live stream is ending. 3 more minutes. Give me a second. I'll be back, guys. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. Wicked Milk says, for real. Wicked Milk says, urethra stream tomorrow? No, that's until Thursday, bro. Wicked Milk, that's until Thursday. Tomorrow I got to start prepping props for my final shoot for Friday the 13th. Yeah, Wicked Milk, that's not till Thursday. So Thursday around like 5 or 6 o'clock, I'll be live on my Urethra channel, on the music channel. Yeah, because tomorrow I got to get some props prepped because I still got 1 more shoot left for my Friday the 13th fan film. We got 3 more scenes to shoot on Friday. We're going to be shooting in the morning and in the nighttime. Because I want to have the movie ready for premiere on the 31st, on the day I've been saying I'm going to premiere it. If not, I'll let you guys know if I have to delay it. But I shouldn't have to, though. But worst comes to worst, I'll let you guys know on a post, or I'll go live and let you guys know that I might have to delay it until I finish shooting it. Because my actor, bro, his job be calling him on Fridays, and they didn't do that before. Now all of a sudden they want him there on Fridays, you know? So we're trying our best to finish it. And it's only 3 scenes we have left. We only have 3 scenes left. And it's taking this long. Yeah, so I'll let you guys know if I end up delaying the movie, if we don't end up finishing it in time. But we should finish it. We should finish it, though. We should finish it. Critic Chris says, Frank, why did Freddy erase the victims from existence and Freddy's dead? You know? Probably so there wouldn't be any trace of their existence. And their families wouldn't be looking for them or something. I don't know, bro. I'm just spitballing here, you know? Wicked Milk says, I bet. Wicked Milk says, bro, post some BTS pics. Bro, please, the film got me hyped. Yeah, bro. That's going to be a sick fucking Friday the 13th fan film, bro. You guys are going to love it. You guys are going to love it. One more minute, guys. Let's smash the thumbs up. Let's get it up to 30, guys. Let's get it up to 30 before I log off. Come on, guys. Whoever's still there, let's smash the thumbs up. Let's get it up to 30. Let's get it up to 30 so more people can see it when it goes up. Smash the thumbs up, guys. Get it up to 30. Critic Chris says, night, Frank. Everyone, take care, Critic Chris. Enjoy your evening. Wicked Milk says, good night, y'all. You too. Everyone take care. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Make sure to watch a lot of horror movies, listen to a lot of music and punk rock, eat a lot of good food, and stay safe because it's some crazy times right now. It's some crazy times right now, guys. Stay safe. It's some crazy times. Take care, everyone. I'll see you guys on Horror Talk Wednesdays. See you guys on Wednesdays. Later on.